Next up, Charu Pasternak, empathy, the superpower AI cannot replicate.
Less than a year ago, when the director of development at my company asked me to lead a team of software engineers, I was excited, overwhelmed, and I wanted to empower my team to achieve excellence. Walking out of that meeting, I thought, how the heck am I going to do this? That afternoon, I took some time to reflect on my core values. My mind went to the small town in India where I grew up. I refelt the journey from New Delhi to Eugene as a young immigrant, the struggles, the accomplishments in the last 12 years. All these parts of me came together for this new role, a role that would call upon all of my passions, skills, and values. One thing was clear, that the struggles ahead required a skill that is 10 times more important than any technical skill I had. It's the skill of connecting with others, the power of empathy. In the words of Oprah Winfrey, leadership is about empathy. It is about having the ability to relate to and connect with people for the purpose of inspiring and empowering their lives. One of the greatest things you can do to help someone is not just share and give what you have, but help them discover what they have within themselves to help themselves. Once you've done that, you've empowered that person. Empathy has no script. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's simply listening, holding space, withholding judgment, emotionally connecting, and communicating that healing message. You are not alone. A big part of empathy is listening. Listening helps us to connect with others. It's a great way to establish trust and provide a safe channel of communication. According to a study done in 2018 on the state of workplace empathy by Business Solver, 8 out of 10 HR professionals and CEOs agreed that an empathetic workplace has a positive impact on business performance, motivating employees, and increasing productivity. Meanwhile, 92% of employees thought that empathy remains undervalued. Given the obvious disconnect, I wonder, how can we do a better job of aligning our corporate values and realities? The kid inside me still thinks about my superhero, Shaktiman, the guy who used the superpower of mind reading to fight the bad guys. As a kid, I always wanted the superpower of mind reading. The grown-up me realizes that 90% of communication is non-verbal. And if we tune in and get to connect with people, more often than not, we can tell how they're feeling just by looking at them and tuning into them. And that's kind of like a superpower if you think about it. In the words of John Steinbeck, you can only understand people if you feel them in yourself. I wish I had a magic wand that I could use to spread the power of empathy and change the world. I do not have that magic wand. But what I do have is the willpower and passion to empower others around me to also develop empathy. And before you know it, we are impacting our organizations, cities, states, countries, and the world. Let's stop waiting for a better world. Let's start working on it together. In today's world of artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and mixed realities, we're all witnessing a transformative wave of technology where adaptations and changes are happening every day. And while technology has the power to help us, it can also make us more isolated. It is the superpower of empathy that allows us to escape the limited space of our own experiences and journey into the lives of other human beings. It is the only quality that empowers us to form deeper bonds. And that is something artificial intelligence cannot replicate. The value and significance of human connections and relationships cannot be quantified or replicated. In order to develop empathy, we have to open ourselves up to a broader range of emotions and experiences. Empathy requires you to suffer more deeply, cry more openly, laugh more readily, and smile more easily. In the words of the Dalai Lama, Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Thank you everyone for your time.
Spirit for Charu.